It's a great honor for me just to stand here and speak on behalf of the Sangha. I don't know what has brought me here. I don't have very much to say. I'm generally a person of little speech. But anyway, it's lovely to be here. I'm also running a TV channel, as I told you, and I'm a member of the International Sambuddha. I have to read this out. As a member of the panel of judges of the International Sambuddha Jayanti Film Festival. At a time when the world is in such a turmoil, with so many difficult, complex situations, we hear of disasters and wars from every corner of the globe. I'm happy to say that Sri Lanka is now in the right position to show the world the way forward in a difficult times like this. As we are all aware, Buddhism is the fastest growing religion in many parts of the Western world, especially in Australia and the US. Westerners embrace Buddhism as a philosophy, as a way of coping with contemporary living, which is often dominated by extreme forms of consumerism and selfishness. Most of them engage in various forms of meditation, which embodies the essence of the Buddha's teaching. This introduces them to a new art of living, a peaceful life and a productive life. Today's event is a great step forward, showing the world that the compassion shown by the Lord Buddha is a gift which we must give on to the world. The greatest gift that Sri Lanka has today is no doubt the Buddha Dhamma. This itself is very exciting and encouraging, as it makes use of a very important medium, namely cinema, television and the internet. In short, multimedia, which today is the most powerful medium in the contemporary world. We go today to any part of the world, we find that multimedia is used as a tool to convey meanings, often without a spoken language, but still effectively bringing across the ideas expressed. We also find it equally well misused to sell products which are bringing the society more and more into slavery of the senses. It is very great to see that this same medium is also used to express the beauty of the world. It is very much needed for us to understand the importance of audiovisual media and content to be able to disseminate the message of the Buddha Dhamma. The human beings interact more with television and mobile phones than ever before. We should be more aware of the contents available today on the internet and TV channels, so that we could take measures to introduce more clean and pure content to educate our younger and older generations to lead on a better life for tomorrow. Buddhism, or any other religion for that matter, as a theme in multimedia is rare. Often Buddhist symbols such as yellow-robed monks are used just to make it exotic. Therefore, it is time that films with Buddhist themes are developed to give a wider appreciation and better understanding of Buddhism by the general audience around the world. It's a delight to see that so many entries have come in from all over the world, and that these entries are not limited to Buddhist countries only.
Mr. Channa Rajasekara, Mr. Devapriya Vilatulur, Dr. Khasum Manurapuri, Mandara Ekanayaka, who actually received 2 awards.
මේ පුණ්‍ය භූමියේ බෞද්ධ ඉතිහාසයට අලුත් පිටුවක් එකතු කරන අති පූජනීය අවස්ථාව. සම්බුද්ධ ජයන්ති ජාත්‍යන්තර සිනමා උළෙලේ උත්තරීතර අරමුණ නම් අති උතුම් බුදුදහම මුළු ලෝකයටම පොදු භාෂාවකින් ලෝපුරා ව්‍යාප්ත කිරීමයි. එනම් මේ විද්වතුන්ගේ අපේක්ෂාව නම් ශ්‍රව්‍ය දෘශ්‍ය අංශ 2 මුල් කරගෙන සිනමා මාධ්‍ය හරහා ප්‍රචාරය කිරීමයි. ලෝකයේ විවිධ රාජ්‍යයන් දැනටමත් සම්බුද්ධ ජයන්තිය උදෙසා විවිධ වර්ගයේ බෞද්ධ චිත්‍රපට නිර්මාණය කර තිබීම සතුටට කාරණයක්. එසේම ජාත්‍යන්තර සිනමා නිර්මාණ ශිල්පීන් ඉතා ඕනෑකමින් හා කැපවීමෙන් මේ අති උතුම් අරමුණ හායික් වී චිත්‍රපට නිෂ්පාදනය කර තිබෙනවා. 2011 වන විට මුළු ලෝකයේම මෙම බෞද්ධ චිත්‍රපට උළෙලට එකතු වී මේ උතුම් ශ්‍රී ලංකා දීපය බෞද්ධ සිනමාව මුළු ලෝකයටම බෙදා හරින සුපිරි මධ්‍යස්ථානයක් බවට පත් කරගනු ඇතැයි මා විශ්වාස කරනවා. මෙම බෞද්ධ චිත්‍රපට උළෙල සඳහා පැමිණි චිත්‍රපට අධ්‍යක්ෂකවරුන් දැනටමත් හම්බන්තොට තිසමහාරාමේ රම්මිනි තැන්න ටෙලිසිනමා ගම්මානය නිරීක්ෂණය කිරීම තුළින් අපගේ ඉලක්කය සපුරාගත හැකි බව ස්ථීර වශයෙන්ම කිව හැකියි. එසේම බෞද්ධ තේමාව මුල් කරගෙන ජාත්‍යන්තර චිත්‍රපට 33ක් මෙම චිත්‍රපට උළෙලට ඇතුළත්ව තිබෙනවා. එමෙන්ම බෞද්ධ නොවන රටවල් සමග තවත් රටවල් 20ක් පමණ තුර්කිය, ඉරාකය, ඉරානය මෙම බෞද්ධ චිත්‍රපට නිෂ්පාදනයේ යෙදී සිටීමත් අපගේ සතුටට කාරණයක්. සිදුහත් කුමාරයන්ගේ ඉපදීම, බුදුවීම, පිරිනිවන් පෑම මුල් කර ගනිමින් ලෝකයේම බෞද්ධයන් වන අපි 2011 වසරේ වෙසක් උත්සවයට යෙදී ඇති සම්බුද්ධ ජයන්ති මාලාවේ 2600 වසර මුළු ලෝකයේම බබලවන මහා බෞද්ධ වෙසක් මංගල්‍යයක් පැවැත්වීමට අප හැමදෙනාම එකතු විය යුතුයි. වසර 30ක් වැනි දීර්ඝ කාලයක් ශ්‍රී ලංකාව තුළ පැවති අමානුෂික මෙලේච්ඡ කුරීරු ත්‍රස්තවාදී කාල පරිච්ඡේදය නිමා කරමින් අද අපට සාමය උදා කර දී තිබෙනවා. මේ පුණ්‍ය භූමිය වචනේ පරිසමාප්ත අර්ථයෙන්ම පින්බිමක් බවට පත් කරලීමට හොඳම අවස්ථාවක්. මෙම සම්බුද්ධ ජයන්ති ජාත්‍යන්තර සිනමා උළෙල තුලින් ඇති වී තිබෙනවා. එසේම මුළු ලෝකයටම බෞද්ධ චිත්‍රපට විකාශනය කිරීමේ මධ්‍යස්ථානයක් බවට මේ උතුම් ශ්‍රී ලංකාව පත් කරලීමට අවශ්‍ය ශක්තිය හා ධෛර්යය අප සියලු දෙනාටම අත් වේවයි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
Mrs. Neela Kumari Vikramasinghe. Awad Osman Ali from the United Kingdom. From Malaysia, from Belgium, Chris Berg. From Malaysia, Limzai Ning. From Malaysia, Limzai Ning. From Turkey, Bülent Gündüz. From the United States of America, Deja Bernhardt. From Korea, Jai Yoon Choi. From Germany, Martin Hoffmann. Once again, from the United States of America, Yara Ramanaya Gantia. Vinod Ganatra from India.
President Rajapaksa has very special interest in the development of Lumbini, the birthplace of the Buddha. At the same time, I'm also grateful to the organizer of the film festival, and especially Mr. Nabin Gunaratne for providing me the opportunity to visit Sri Lanka at an occasion where entire Buddhist population of Sri Lanka is getting ready to celebrate 2,600 Sambuddha Jayanti. Equally, I am thankful to Mr. Sumit Nakandala, former Sri Lanka ambassador to Nepal, who introduced me with this epoch-making event. I am deeply moved by the fact that Mr. Nabin Gunaratne and his colleague are getting ready to make an epic film on the life of Prince Siddhartha. I am told that the proposed film would cover all the events from the birth to the enlightenment. I am certain that this film will bring new dimension in projecting the life of the most important human being the mankind has ever had in this planet. 30 years of my professional life as an archaeologist in Lumbini and Kapilvastu have been set apart from the development of the birthplace of Buddha. Every day when I walk to the sacred birthplace of Buddha, I am getting closer and closer to the Buddha and his teaching. There are too many aspects of life of Prince Siddhartha. Firstly, Lumbini, the birthplace, and the Kapilavastu palace complex where he lived for 29 years as a prince. Those who have visited these two places will recall that today there are only archaeological ruins and remains. The integral component of the project film is created serenity of the original Lumbini garden, projection of the palace complex of Kapilavastu of 6th century BC. I have learned that Lumbini garden will be recreated in Thailand, whereas palace complex will be created at a place near to Kelaniya, where Buddha has once visited. During my visit to Sri Lanka, I have the good fortune in visiting the proposed location of Kelaniya. Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, and ladies and gentlemen, my involvement in the proposed film is a vivid testimony of consolidating people-to-people connectivity between Nepal and Sri Lanka, to which I have dedicated part of my professional life for this film. Sri Lanka remains as the topmost country visiting Lumbini annually. I have no doubt that the proposed film will be befitting contribution to the human imagination as we celebrated 2,600 Sambuddha Jayanti. Once again, I express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Nabin Gunaratne, the Light of Asia Foundation, and the festival coordinator for getting me involved in this extraordinary effort in developing the film on the life of Prince Siddhartha. Thank you.
Venerable Sirs, we all are driven by the desire today to make this country the seat of learning for Buddhism and center for dissemination of Dhamma. Because that is the most valuable offering I can think that we can offer to the world. Though it was our desire for nearly half a century, we were suffering under the cruelty of war and destruction. Very often we were in a defeatist mood. It's the Venerable Mahasangha who often gave us the courage and who guided the nation during that difficult period that we should acknowledge. Now we have come out of that difficult period. Long life to our President. He has created an atmosphere in this country within which once again creative art can flourish. Our artists can think freely now. They can breathe fresh air. Impulses for creations are once again visible. Cultural exchanges are possible. Today we can invite anybody to this beautiful country without fear, keeping our head above the shoulders. That is why I said at the beginning that there is no better time than the present for us to indulge in work of this nature. Not only us, the generations to come will be grateful to His Excellency for bringing peace and stability to this country, so that we can use our energies for more meaningful work. His presence as the head of state for the next year's celebrations will be a tower of strength for the organizers of this event. Honorable Speaker, the leadership that you are giving as the chairman of this project is laudable. In spite of your busy schedule, you somehow find time to present at all the events. It is definitely a source of inspiration for the organizers of this festival, and we earnestly request you to be with us throughout this program. Thank you, sir. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank the diplomatic community, more particularly the representatives from the participating countries, for the support they have extended so far. I would earnestly request you all to be with us to the successful culmination of this event in the year 2011. Amidst the gathering here, I see some prominent film directors, artists from both East and West who have contributed to these creations. These films are nothing but the embodiment of their creative talents. Coming from different cultural backgrounds, you may have treated the themes differently. Nevertheless, the light you have been able to shed to the Buddha's teaching from your cultural perspective, we believe will make Buddha's teaching timely relevant and more appealing to a wider audience from different cultural settings. That is what is desired from a film festival. So once again, on behalf of the organizers and the government of Sri Lanka, let me thank you for the untiring efforts you have made to endow these cultural products to the world. Without you people, the world will be a dull place to live. With the blessings of the Triple Gem, may you be able to gift us more and more such creations to enlighten the people who are in the dark. Let me thank the members of the Light of Asia Foundation for their untiring effort towards realizing this project. I know personally the chairman of the Light of Asia Foundation, Naveen Gunaratne, and Saman Veeraman, and many others from the foundation who are pulsating with the ideas of making this a gala show cultural event of the next year. Although I was burdened with the task of making mention about many participants to this program, let me not forget the sponsors for their benevolent support for this program, without whom the program of this scale would have been not possible. Finally, let me place on record our appreciation for role played by the media personnel to give the widest possible publicity for this program. The organizers expect your continued support for publicity in the future too. May the blessings of the Triple Gem be with you. Thank you.